What's up, guys? I just finished Enslaved, and I figured, hey, why not give you guys a review? I'm gonna try out a new format here, so I'll be talking to you, and I'll have the gameplay in the background, and we'll see how that turns out. Let me know if you guys like it. Let me know if you want me to just switch back to the gameplay and have me doing a voiceover or what. So, yeah, here we go. The basic plot to Enslaved is that Monkey and Trip, two slaves enslaved on a slave ship, are taken and they escape from the slave ship. And Trip realizes that she won't be able to survive by herself and she needs someone to help her. So she puts a slave headband on Monkey and has him do what she wants him to do. Basically, if he's not helping her, he's gonna die. The presentation in the game is phenomenal. The cinematics are great, the cinematography, everything. The sound is great, the voice acting is great, all the motion capture they did was awesome. But does that carry over into the gameplay? Gameplay is another story. It's nice that they didn't just put gameplay in there to fill out the game. Gameplay comprises maybe a third of the game, which is good. The combat and everything, it doesn't get too monotonous. It also has a pretty good upgrade system, so you'll be able to spend any points that you get that you find around from killing people or just from finding them. You will have them. You'll be able to upgrade your equipment, your health, your shields, all kinds of things like that, just from picking stuff up and killing people. So it's nice that there's different abilities that you can handle. So the combat doesn't get tedious. It's not boring. It's not monotonous, etc. So what I didn't like about the gameplay is that for the first half of the game, you could get by just by pressing square or X if you're on 360. So it's just one button press for basically the whole fighting mechanic for the first half of the game. The second half, granted, they threw in a lot more variety, and the combat was much more fun, cinematic, dynamic. You know, it's much better in the second half. It's nice that it's at the second half that it starts to get good, because if it was at the first half and then it got dull at the second half, that'd be much worse. The platforming is terrific. It's done pretty much exactly like Uncharted's platforming is done, which is great. I loved Uncharted's platforming. I'm sure anyone who's played Uncharted has loved the platforming. The only problem with the platforming is that it's linear, like Uncharted, which can be good and bad, because for one, it makes it more cinematic, but it's less dynamic, and you don't feel like you have a whole lot of exploring or controlling. The replayability for Enslaved is there. There's plenty of trophies and other things to go and hunt for. There's all kinds of challenges. The game itself will last about 10 to 12 hours, so it's not something that you're going to play for a really long time unless you go and replay it again to get the trophies, to hunt for the orbs, to beat the certain challenges as far as time, things like that. But there is a good amount of replayability. The story was a good length, and I'll give it that. In conclusion, I loved the cinematics. The presentation was phenomenal. Combat could be dull, but it gets much deeper. It's able to be fleshed out a lot more in the second half, and turns out to be pretty darn good. Platforming, great. Not phenomenal, but great. It's certainly something that you'll enjoy doing during the game. What did I dislike? Really, there wasn't anything that is glaringly obvious that I didn't like. There certainly could have been more improvements in like general tuning. A little bit more polish would have been nice. But all in all, this game is great. If you haven't played it yet, play it. If you're not going to buy it, at least rent it, because it's an experience that needs to be experienced, not just heard about or seen. I give it a 9 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment, like, subscribe. If you want to see my unboxing, check it out right here. I am jaz350z. I will see you guys later.